Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 3 concept video. In today's video I'm going to be going over a hero concept for the Mandalorian himself, Djarin. Now you may remember that my final video of 2019 was actually a Mando hero concept. However, after watching season 2 there are some different abilities that I think he could have instead of the ones I did previously, and considering I did a Mandalorian update concept video back in January, like the reinforcement concepts, I thought it'd be a good idea to make hero concepts for the heroes that I mentioned in that video. So sometime in the next couple weeks you'll see a Moff Gideon hero concept as well. So if you haven't seen any of the previous concept videos, then I'll leave a link in the description to the playlist that they're in for you to check out if you're interested. And finally, before we get into the actual concept itself, if you enjoy these types of videos and you want to see more of them, as well as news regarding all Star Wars games, then be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any future videos. As always with these hero and reinforcement videos, there are 3 parts to it. Firstly, I'll go over some information about the character, then I'll go over the abilities, and lastly, any potential skins that they may have. Now, if you want to skip to a different section of the video, then you'll be able to do that through the scroll bar on the video. Djarin was a male bounty hunter who was active during the time of the Rising New Republic. He was well equipped for the bounty hunting profession, as he wore Beskar armour and wielded an arsenal of weapons including the IB-94 blaster pistol, the Amban rifle, and towards the late stages of Season 2 a Beskar staff. Though Din was not born on Mandalore, he was sworn into the creed from a young age as his home planet came under attack by the Separatists. Deathwatch swooped in, killed the droids and rescued Din, and since then he has devoted himself to the way of the Mandalore. Over the course of the show, Din meets many allies including Cara Dune, Greef Karga, Kuiil, Bo-Katan, Grogu and more, as well as becoming a huge enemy of the Empire, and more specifically Moff Gideon. Moving on to his abilities now, Din could have 4 in total, and it's also worth noting that his main weapon would be the IB-94 blaster pistol. So for his first one, I'd love to see the ability to change his blaster pistol out for a Beskar staff. This would therefore turn him into a melee hero. I think it would be really unique and a lot of fun for a hero to be able to do this, as you can essentially play him how you want. Having this ability would definitely cater to a lot of players in the game. Many players prefer saber heroes, however many others prefer blaster heroes. Having the ability to swap between the two would therefore definitely cater to both skill sets. His middle ability would be the Whistling Birds. Now this was an ability that I used in my previous hero concept for Din, but I think it would be a really great ability to have, so I decided to include it again. For this, Din would lock onto a number of enemies and fire his Whistling Birds, dealing around 150 damage to each target. His third ability is similar to that of his first, but instead of switching to a Beskar staff, he'll switch to his Amban rifle, the disintegration rifle that we all know and love from the show. This would then turn Din from a short range pistol hero or melee hero into a long range sniper hero. Now this would therefore mean that Din could either be a pistol hero, a sniper hero or a melee hero, which is somewhat reminiscent of Jyn Erso from Battlefront 2015, where she had a melee ability and could change her pistol into a blaster rifle. And finally, this may seem pretty obvious, but Din's 4th ability would simply be his jetpack, allowing him to fly across the map like Boba Fett. As cool as these abilities sound, I'll admit he could be very OP, but I'd love to see some of these come to fruition. Perhaps instead of wielding the Beskar staff properly, he could instead use it like a staff strike like Phasma did in Battlefront 2. Lastly, we have the skins. In total there are 3 I'd love to see, as well as a potential 4th, which is a little bit smaller. The first skin would be how his armour looks when we first meet him in episode 1 of season 1, where the only Beskar on his body is his helmet. I think this would be the default skin for Mando, as the others are definitely upgrades from this armour set. The second skin isn't necessarily as much of an upgrade per se, but it certainly would look cool, and for this it would be him covered in mud and slightly damaged from his battle with the Mudhorn in episode 2 of season 1. This would probably be an epic appearance in terms of rarity, or perhaps even rare, as it does change quite a lot of his appearance. The third skin would then be his full Beskar armour with the Mudhorn signet on his right shoulder pad. This would definitely be an epic rarity appearance, and I think it would look absolutely incredible in game. So that 4th potential skin is one that I wouldn't really expect to see, but it would definitely be cool to have him with an outfit where he is in his Beskar armour but with his helmet off. This would also be an epic rarity appearance, or perhaps you could just toggle the helmet on and off in the menu depending on how they'd want to do it. So guys, that is it for the Djarin hero concept. Let me know in the comments what abilities you would like to see for the Mandalorian if he was to come to Battlefront 3 should we ever see it. That is it from me today though. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.